welcome to today's episode of the 12 Nights of Horror. And today I'm with Dan and I'm with Tony again. Woo! And today's movie is
28 Days Later.
I caught him off guard there.
Yeah.
And today is number
18.
18.
As it's the 18th of
This
October.
is the 18th of October. I should know that, really. Yeah. Who wants to start? Who wants to tell us about the film? And usually start.
I reckon, seeing as she caught you off guard, I reckon Sam should give us the synopsis.
Yeah.
I don't think Sam should. I think
You,
Dan
you
should.
were the one that watched it the most.
Yeah.
No. Go on. You're the most confident. You're better. You've done it all the time. So it's been fun.
Great. 20 Days Later is, at the beginning, we are showing some monkeys that look very, very upset about something.
Very
We
sad.
don't know what. And people are trying to get them out of this experimental place, and they get attacked, which is the birth of the rage virus. We are then forwarded 28 days later, in which we get to see Cillian Murphy, aka Scarecrow, along with his knob. And he comes out of the hospital and is looking around, and it's all deserted. And then he is attacked by rage zombies.
Oh, no.
And he gets saved by Moneypenny, soon to be Moneypenny, I can't remember her name in the film, and her friend. They save her, then they decide to go back to his place, not for that kind of thing, dirty, but in which...
To find his family.
Yeah, her friend gets
Bitten
or scratched or something, so she kills him quite viciously. And then they find two others, a daughter and a dad, Frank, and I can't remember the daughter. And they decide they're going to go to Manchester, I believe it is, isn't it?
It is Manchester,
To
yes.
find these army people. They find the army people, and it turns out the army people are a bit of arseholes, and they want to
Rape.
keep the women for their pleasure. And then the end of the film is about them trying to kill Cillian Murphy. He escapes,
Jim.
and then Jim, and then he lets out the zombie they were keeping as a pet, and all hell ensues. And then they get away from the army people. Yeah. Quite a lot of good talent in here. We got Cillian Murphy, as I said, who's Scarecrow. We can't remember the main woman, but she is Moneypenny in the Tony's checking
Checking
but
it.
she is Moneypenny in the newest James Bond. We also have Mad Eye Moody. He is Frank, and we have one of the greatest English actors of all time in Christopher Eccleston in this film as well. So quite a lot of British talent because
Naomi
Cillian Murphy
Harris.
is Naomi Harris. There we go. But Cillian Murphy is Irish, so we'll say British
He's Irish?
talent. Yeah, Irish.
Okay.
And it is by one of the best English directors in the world, Danny Boyle, who obviously did this.
Legend.
Brendan Gleeson.
Slumdog
is the other one.
Millionaire.
Slumdog Millionaire was
Yeah,
brilliant.
Brendan Gleeson, who's Mad
Eye Moody.
Yeah, and I think it's safe to say, well, this is my opinion, but I think this is one of the best zombie movies of all time.
Easily, yeah.
This is the first zombie film in which we saw running zombies and truly terrifying zombies.
You wouldn't get away from them if it was real. They're the zombies that you'd be scared of.
Yeah, I mean, this is probably one of the first time that you've seen a zombie thing in which you don't have to be bitten to be infected. This is a proper biohazard thing. Actually reminds me of like mad cow disease or something. Sort of thing. That's what it reminds me of. Also, I think one of the things we have to discuss. Oh, sorry. What?
Mad cows.
Yeah, no, you know, like how it's the biohazard thing. It always makes me think of mad cow disease because like they all foam at the mouth.
Mad cows, mad eyes.
Yeah, red eyes. Yeah. Also, if we're going to discuss this film, we have to discuss the scene that is known for the film when Cillian Murphy is walking through London and it is deserted.
That's incredible. I don't know how they managed to clear London. They must have
I think
done it.
they did it at like a really stupid
They must have
time
done it like
in the
4 o'clock
morning.
in the morning or something. But the thing is, it was light. So yeah, maybe okay, they could have done it
And it was
the
a
height of
mess
summer. But
as
well,
well.
I suppose it could have been the weekend.
Yeah, this is Sunday morning.
Just no one's awake.
But yeah, it is
It's mad
amazing.
because
It
they
is
pan
amazing.
over, don't they? And you see a lot. You do see a lot of London, and you don't see anything.
And like when they're going up the motorway, and the motorway is completely empty.
That I can see they could have closed that, but that's still pretty epic.
Him
Got the
standing,
Limehouse link completely closed as well.
yeah, and him like there was something amazing about him standing like with Big Ben in the background and everything's deserted. It's a pretty amazing shot. I don't know how they managed it. I think they must have done it at a silly time in the morning, but that's just amazing.
Or just green screen.
No, I think they actually did it. They actually did
It's all set on location. Yeah, because I think I read that the flat that Frank and that were discovered in, that was not quarantined, up for demolition, and now it's not there anymore. It has been demolished, but it was actually closed down. So that's how they managed to use that.
It's very cool.
Yeah, it is a very cool film. Very cool.
I really like the shot at the very beginning, where there's a crow. I think it's a crow or a raven. Difficult to tell the difference.
I guess it's a crow if it's in England.
Oh,
so we get ravens over here.
I think so. I'm not 100%. But it's infected, and the guy from the beginning looks up, and it happens to drop a bit of blood right in his eye. It's near the beginning, isn't it?
No, it's near the
middle.
It's near, that's when Frank gets infected.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like.
That's when they meet the
at
army
least
people.
Halfway through.
I thought that was near the beginning.
No.
I was watching.
Because they drove to Manchester, didn't
they?
But that is a very good bit because it demonstrates that you don't have to be bitter.
The odds of that happening, ridiculous.
Well, it's just one of those things, isn't it? It's sort of like you could be infected at any time, couldn't you? You could go outside and you'd be infected. You could be infected by anything stupid. It's pretty.
It shows how at any moment it can completely change, and the fact that you can't grow attached to people. The second people got infected, that was it. They were just killing their loved ones because you
can't get away from this because they're that fast.
Yeah. What's her name? Moneypenny. She was brutal.
Naomi Harris, was it?
Naomi
Harris.
Second
people got bitten, even if they weren't changing. That
she was on them. That was it.
Machete to the face.
And,
not for Jim though.
No, she had this split second for Jim, didn't she? She obviously fancied.
Which is lucky because he didn't turn.
Yeah, very lucky. But the daughter of Frank, I thought looked a lot like Flora Birch.
My goodness, she could not act.
No, she was awful. She was awful.
It really annoyed me actually because the film is amazing. Like anyone seen it, I don't know anyone who doesn't like the movie, but she is a really bad actress.
Which is really weird, isn't it? Because if you watch it, not that she's a bad actress, but it's really weird because you got Brendan Gleeson. Did you say it was?
Yeah.
As Mad Eye Moody, and he has like an English accent, and then his daughter is putting on such a bad English accent. It's like it's Australian or New Zealand. It's such a bad English accent.
It's weird.
And she hasn't been in anything since, and there's a reason for that. Yeah. And when they meet Christopher Eccleston, that's when the film kind of takes a turn, doesn't it? Personally, I think
it's not as memorable from there on.
No, I was just about to say, I think that you always remember when they're in London, and then you kind of sort of forget the rest of the film. I mean, they have that bit where it looks like they're going to rape the women, and you've got the pet zombie, which is a lot like Day of the Dead.
Shaun of the Dead.
Day of the Dead.
I know. Other films have done it, but
and I think, when you watch zombie films and everyone always gets eaten in the end, I think it was kind of a cop-out, sort of thing, because you were sort of expecting Christopher Eccleston and Cillian Murphy to have sort of this confrontation, but
just as humans.
Yeah, but instead Christopher Eccleston just shot Cillian Murphy from the back of the taxi, and then the bad actress reverses the car and he just gets taken by a zombie, and it was kind of anticlimactic.
But I guess it shows how quick things can turn in that situation.
Oh yeah, that's obviously what it's meant to be.
They're not trying to just be cinematic, are they?
No, they had their fortress sorted, and then because of one zombie
got in.
That's all it took.
Were you expecting Rick Grimes and the Governor?
Spoilers, but no. I can't really say much.
No, you can't.
So I can't really answer that.
What's this to do with?
Nothing. You guys.
Spoiled Dexter for me.
People will know. When has Dexter ever had someone called Rick Grimes?
Walking Dead.
We haven't spoiled anything because it actually hasn't happened. It hasn't happened. Oh, you've just totally
I have.
ruined this.
I've no idea.
Right, we'll continue. No, I was kind of expecting a sort of. I mean, you would have expected it ended up being that Christopher Eccleston would get eaten by a zombie, but you would have expected a fight between Cillian Murphy and Christopher
A little
Eccleston.
punch-up.
I mean, Cillian
Yeah.
Murphy had that good little bit, didn't he, where he was like sneaking around, letting a zombie in, attracting a zombie, and then running away so people would get killed. And he.
But from early in the film, you saw he had no chance against the army as he got taken down and pretty much beaten the shit out of.
True, but then I don't think he was fully. I mean, that was when it was like 6-on-1.
Yeah, but it was one person took him down that he tried throwing one punch at.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I mean, Cillian Murphy is more Metal Gear, isn't it? The way he sort of sleuthed
Snuck
around
around, yeah.
and everything, which was quite cool.
Lured zombies in onto other people.
Yeah, I mean, I would like to say I really like these zombies. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I
We'd
would
like to go against them.
I would hate to go against them, but I just really like them. Like I pointed out in the church when Cillian Murphy first said hello, they all sat up and they left their mouths open, which reminded me of like monkeys, which obviously the curse was from monkeys. It started from monkeys. But not only that, there was like other bits, like when Cillian Murphy released the pet zombie, he sort of looked Cillian Murphy dead in the eye as if to say thank you, and then run off. And then as they got away from the army base, that one zombie sort of like was shouting towards them, wasn't he? He was standing in the doorway going, "Ah!" You know, and it's just, you don't see
Can
that
we just
sort
do that
of thing.
again?
But you don't see that sort of thing from zombies. So I quite like these zombies in the fact that they're different from all the others.
It's good to see a different interpretation.
Yeah, I
Really
mean,
good
I wouldn't want to be against these zombies.
No.
All my zombie plans would be out the window if it was these
This
zombies.
is Left 4 Dead zombies.
Yeah. Well, Left 4 Dead zombies are even worse.
Take the
You've got
cowards route.
Smoker and
Tank.
Hunter and
Got a
tanks. Yeah.
Witches.
Yeah, witches. Well, to be
Yeah.
fair, you'd hear them crying, so you'd run away.
True.
Yeah. Because you have to disturb a witch.
Just don't scream.
The tank, you got no chance.
Shoot it in the legs.
Unless you're in a safe house. But no, I think this film is brilliant. I would give it an 8 out of 10. It's brought down because of the fact that, like I said, half the film you kind of forget. Which is a nice surprise when you watch it again, but then even now, I'm thinking the first half of the film is a lot better than the second half of the film. Which is a shame because Christopher Eccleston is in the second half of the film, and I quite like Christopher Eccleston. And as you said, the daughter, her acting just brings it down, really far down. And it's made worse in the fact that from like 20 minutes in, you're with her. It's kind of like Evil Dead 2 sort of thing.
With the screaming.
Yeah, you just want her to die, but it doesn't happen. What about your rating?
8.5.
Bloody hell! I'm gonna start banning these 0.5 ratings. Where comes 8.5?
Because it was almost a 9. Like, I do really like it, but chunks of it, too much of it is forgettable. Like, I didn't remember any of the end of it from before, but it is really good. It's really weird. Like, it's a fantastic movie, but yeah, I don't remember it, so it's weird.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't see how that can work.
8.
8.
About
It's got to be about 8.
Yeah, I mean, like we said, this is probably one of the best zombie films. I mean, I think we all three of us collectively have different ones as our favourite zombie film. Mine's original Dawn of the Dead. What one's yours?
Burst on the spot.
Yeah.
No, well, not really.
Yeah.
Everyone should know their favourite zombie film. Yeah. Well, we did.
Mine's probably the remake of Dawn of the Dead.
The remake.
I really like the remake.
No, you're still thinking. Okay.
Well, I like 28 Weeks. I like Shaun of the Dead, and I'm not going to be allowed. I'm not going to be allowed Evil Dead, am I? Because they're not
Yeah, you always argue that they're not.
I always argue that they're not, but IGN believe they are.
Yeah, IGN had that in their 12-hour thing. So, but
Evil Dead.
we did have a lot of trouble with our list because we have one other zombie film. We won't tell you what it is, but we were trying to decide between this, Dawn, Night. You know, there's so many zombie films out there that were really good, and we kind of plonked on this.
I bet Land didn't make it into the list.
No. But we kind of
Zombies did not make it either.
Oh,
we kind of thought
it's a shame.
this
stripper
one.
zombies.
No.
Zombie strippers.
We kind of thought this would be worth it because it's the first of its kind. The first kind of zombie. I mean, you watch loads of zombie films and they try to be different. This is the first one that was properly different, and this one has influenced other zombie films like the remake of Dawn of the Dead and that. So this one was definitely worth watching. If you haven't watched it, I don't know how. I mean, it's worth watching. As much as we say the second half of the film is forgettable, it's worth watching just for the first 10 minutes when he walks through London and it's all empty. It's amazing to see. And not only that, Cillian Murphy's probably one of the most underrated actors of all time. Christopher Eccleston's amazing. And you've got Mad Eye Moody in it. So, what's not to love? And Moneypenny.
It does also have that sort of rewatch value to it.
It does,
Yeah.
because...
But after a certain while, it does get... I've watched this, I don't want to watch it again.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, once you first started seeing the zombies are always cool to see.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely. I mean, I think it's when they get to the army base, that's when the film
I
sort
think
of
I think
dips.
because of that reason I prefer the second one. But I do really like the first one, but because halfway through it gets a bit meh, and I love the second one.
I like the second one because it's got Robert Carlyle in it.
Yeah, I think he's absolutely brilliant.
See, I always thought the second one was worse than the first one, but
It is worse than
the second one I can only really remember because obviously the wife turns and she shoves her thumbs into his eyes.
That was
Bad
another
in
one.
this one
Yeah,
as
that
well.
was in this
Yeah.
one.
And you got the annoying kids in the second one.
Yeah, true.
Worse than this one.
Yeah, no, because they were.
Oh no, I
dicks.
think they're really cute and I really like them. Oh, it's always
The second one did go into the story a lot more because it turns out that like England is quarantined
Quarantined.
off, which was quite cool. But yeah, that's 28 Days Later.
next film I believe is it's a Wes Craven film, isn't it?
No, the next film is a haunted house film. No.
Okay. Right,
No,
what's
then-
the next film then? Tell us.
The next film, Sam's even forgotten.
Oh.
The next film is The Conjuring, which is quite a new one. We haven't done a new one in a while. Done by the same people who do Insidious. Yeah, Insidious. And there was another one that they did.
Part 2.
No, it was Insidious 1, 2, and there was another one. What was the other one?
Sure.
Oh, well, that doesn't matter. But we're going to sit down and we're going to watch The Conjuring. We're going to review it because it looks quite good. And we'll see you guys tomorrow, but definitely check out 28 Days Later. It's definitely up there when it comes to some of the best horrors, definitely when it comes to some of the best zombies. So we'll see you tomorrow with